Hello, everybody. My name is Roxtus,
And I'm Soulgale.
and welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy.
Woo!
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we got more Natty. Because we have not talked
Natty.
all that much to Natty throughout all
Hello,
of this.
Natty.
I'm ready to finish Harlow once and for all. What is your
Didn't
plan?
we just
I
kill
received an owl
Harlow?
from Mrs. Bickle. She
No,
wondered if we
we
were having
did
any luck going after
Rookwood.
Harlow. Suggested we
Oh.
could gather evidence from a friend near Manor Cape.
But she warned us to stay out of it. Was rather adamant about it.
Precisely.
Harlow knows that we saved Archie, and that we rescued Mr. Rabe.
I do not believe it did.
Okay.
Harlow intends to ambush us.
But
we are stronger than Harlow, and he knows it. That's why he's resorting to this sort of trickery.
Again, though, like I accidentally right-click or something happens, and it sounds like he's going to do the next line, or maybe I'm accidentally skipping over something.
Uh-huh.
And it just skips over. It doesn't present any text. It doesn't slow it down and go, hey, are you sure you want to skip this text? It just skips over a line.
Yeah.
So I hate that. I don't like that.
Rushing into this.
If he thinks...
Fair point.
Brilliant. Harlow's reign ends today.
Perhaps we ought to inform Officer Singer of our plans.
I already sent her an owl to let her know that we are following a lead given to us by Mrs. Bickle.
Hurry up,
Are
Natty.
you concerned she might tell your mother?
Run!
Indeed she will, but so be it. I am tired of hiding it from her. My mother needs to understand that I will not be safe from the Ashwinders until everyone is. I shall pursue them until they are finished, and I think she knows that.
Where is he?
As do you.
Hello. You don't even know where I am. Oh, I can't go over here and get all the loot. Aw, okay.
This will not end in your favour.
Oh, was that it?
Little Nat Sione, innit? And her excruciatingly loyal companion.
I haven't even seen this character.
You two have done
Oh.
quite a bit of damage to my business interests.
Am I just not remembering something?
But
I've
I
never
must hope
seen
you can
Harlow
give some
before.
Credit. What was once a mere annoyance has become remarkably problematic. Fortunately, I pride myself on my problem-solving skills.
He seems undercompetent about what he's being competent with.
You're not even trying.
Accio. Confringo.
This moment, Mr. Harlow.
Accio.
To see such potential go to waste.
Have you seen Harlow before? Maybe I'm just not remembering.
No, I've never seen him.
Like, we've heard about Harlow all this time. How come we've never met him or seen him or...
I don't know.
I'm so terrible at combat.
I'm just gonna throw a bunch of stuff at you.
Yeah. And here we are with this again. So we've killed Rookwood accidentally, or however you want to say it. Haha.
Accidentally.
Well, we accidentally just trip. Had a knife in our hands, just stab. Oop.
I wouldn't say accidentally.
we had buttery fingers, and just had a knife and accident. Whoops. Wow, Officer Singer finally takes him. That's the first I've ever seen Officer Singer actually do anything relatively uh officerly, like.
Are you sure you are
Oh
up
my
for
goodness.
Oh,
this?
Natty.
Yes, Mother.
She's just
I
having a
can't
fun
find
time
it.
writhing
You're
like a
doing
little
good
fish
to
on the
see my
ground.
friend.
Oh,
Very
Natty,
well.
Natty, Natty.
But do not
Please
overdo
be
it,
alive.
Natsai. I know, Mother.
I want some tea. I want some cocoa. Where's my tea?
Please be alive, Natty.
What?
It is good to see you.
You
my
heard
friend.
nothing. Alright, quest complete.
What is the tea drinking itself?
Ah,
I'm
Oh.
glad to see you're doing so.
I was
I'm
like, I
doing
can't.
better
Oh,
than
you're
it
alive,
appears.
Natty.
I am only here because my mother I was relieved when she told me that you were all right.
Only because of you.
Well, I've had better days, but Nurse Blake.
I'm sorry, Natty.
What? No. The moment that I saw Harlow,
Yeah, I'm here. Okay.
You did what came.
I suppose it was instinct.
Then I shouldn't feel guilty.
Of course
Talk
not.
to Natty.
Oh. Oh my. I cannot. He made a choice based on instinct. You, my friend, are no more to blame for my
From what I know of him.
That's very kind of you to
What
say.
were you thinking?
I hope that you are right. Taking down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot. But we have done it. Rookwood is dead. A few of the dregs will still be about, fighting for their lost cause. But Rookwood's enterprise has fallen apart.
Everything is safer now because of us. Because of you.
Thank you, but you, my fellow traveler, I believe your friendship to be one of the most important. Thank you for coming to visit me.
There's so much drawl dripping from the ceiling. It's just, ugh.
Mm.
And then, like, she has to drag her past. It's like, it doesn't even flow very well either. It's just, oh my goodness. It's just a mess. Just a mess.
Mm.
Alrighty. You ready?
I'm ready. Hello, Poppy.
Onward. What, am I supposed to talk to myself? What? What? Where is Poppy? Is Poppy there?
Poppy's here for me.
Oh my goodness.
You have to
Oh.
wait till nighttime, I'm guessing?
I have to wait for her to walk to her position
Oh.
so I can talk to her.
Just the person I was hoping to see.
I see Doran fine.
If anyone can keep them out of poacher. And I wanted when the poachers ambushed us.
Of course.
I suppose so. I am glad you came. I wouldn't want a repeat of Horntail Hall, of course, but I did enjoy the Three Broomsticks.
Had you never been to the three?
I used to spend most of my time with Highwing, and well, I don't know how Serona feels about Hippogriff's pop. Highwing's the only one I would have gone with. Or Gran of.
I do enjoy like the hippogriffs here.
Yeah.
I wish kind of like what's the story? Gregor the Overlander, just like what's his bat's name? Oh my goodness, I'm losing my brain. The big fat bat.
The big black bat?
Yeah. Ares.
Ares, yes.
So just like Ares, it's like it's kind of nice because then it also paints a picture. It's like you're flying around with your mount, and it's just like it's something that you can just really enjoy. Something that you're up in the air, and you're just kind of like it's something that you can get away from craziness and just kind of have your own peace of mind. And I like that. But again, if this was added on a little bit more into what Hogwarts is, which it isn't. It just, we've not really had a lot of moments where we can even use Highwing. And same thing I'd
Yeah.
even say too within Warframe is when you're looking at transportation and a means to get from point A to point B, most of the time you're not even using the new skeleton horses within Warframe. You're
Mm-hmm.
mainly using the Archwing because the Archwing is so much faster. However, if in fact like the horses were actually faster to the point of actually being just as fast as an Archwing, and they had just as a quick way to be able to get to your mount, just as with an Archwing,
Yeah.
then I would see no downside to actually using horses as a main form of transportation versus something like an Archwing, or in this case even more so than a broomstick. Like, why aren't brooms and horses basically the same speed across the board, so that
Yeah.
you don't feel like you're at a disadvantage using one versus another? So here again, um, please make a common speed so that you can just use whatever you want to use and just kind of feel like everything's viable to that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
But I really
Highwing's good
enjoy
company.
the
She
hippogriffs.
is.
That is
Although
actually
I am
something that is
beginning
really
to see
cool.
the appeal of
I
it was
still
nice
ride
to
on my
talk about
hippogriff.
parents.
Yeah, but it is slower.
I know.
That's something you got to just go, hey, you know what? I could be doing XYZB so much quicker than if I was just doing the horse. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to take an hour and a half to do this rather than 30 minutes.
It has all
Yeah.
been a pleasure, Poppy.
Don't know that I. And with centaurs as allies, I'm.
I have really
You
enjoyed
and I should
Poppy's
meet for a
line.
butterbase.
There are some issues
Perhaps
definitely
Highwing
with
can join us?
NPCs just walking into you and just bumbling about. But again, like, Poppy's has probably been the most enjoyable quest line that I've actually had through Hogwarts.
Yeah. Quest complete.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong button.
Final repository.
The final repository.
And continuing on back down to the basement where we belong.
To the map chamber.
Enter the Keeper's Caverns. They have a cavern. Is it their function?
The Fungin.
I love Rocket Ralph. Probably one of the really good movies out there.
Yeah.
Really, really good movie. I have a whole bunch of movies that I like.
I should hope that the enchantments protecting the castle would protect against an incursion from
Most of them
below.
are older, though.
I
It's not
fear
like
they
a
may
whole
not.
bunch of newer
Although,
movies that
if
have
they
come
don't
out.
now,
A lot of
I
them
can
are just
assure you
older and
they
just
will
really
in
good
the
old.
future.
Were you able
Yeah.
to reach
Old
Professor
movies.
Weasley?
I was.
A
Hopefully
lot of
she
this
and
newer
the
stuff that
others
comes
will
out, it's
arrive soon.
not as good as
They
some of
know
the
where to
older
find
stuff.
the door through which we entered.
It's just not.
No, yeah. Oh.
See, I told you we should have sabotaged that drill.
Let's go.
Oh, this is the part where we're going to get the only cutscenes that actually matter in the game.
If his loyalists are here,
Everything so
he
far
cannot
has been
be
the
far
same
behind.
consistent thing all throughout the
When I
entire
face the
game, and
last
then now
professor.
we're finally getting good cutscenes and good stuff. It's like, okay, well, now we're going to actually introduce something that's different.
Yeah.
We must be getting closer.
Renrock will be pleased with our progress.
You're going to stand to the side of the drill where all the dirt and debris is coming out of? Wow.
Damn.
Oh, I don't have any. I do have any.
Oh.
We need to press on. Ranrock must be here somewhere.
This drill stands
Whoa.
between us and
That
him.
was cool.
We need to
Professor
move it.
Fig.
I shall handle it. One moment. Let's go.
I don't like to crawl slowly. Thank you.
I will just go along with it, I guess.
Trolls.
Oh, yay.
Where are the professors? I see it, and I don't
I can. Ooh. Yes, I did, Professor Fig. I fought one of these in Hogsmeade. Ah! My ancient magic wouldn't work.
This one's almost down. Confringo. You're no match for us.
Okay.
A dead end. Now what?
Professor, that wall, that's the way forward.
Very perceptive, my young friend. It would. Let's go.
Just blasted door.
Confringo. Levioso. Repender.
Why are you doing Lumos? It's not even dark.
Not quiet enough. Against red rock army.
Why did I...
These tunnels haven't brought us much luck so far.
My burn hit Professor Fig instead of targeting another enemy. It targeted Professor Fig.
That way.
What?
Yeah. That was interesting.
What in the world?
Well, time to kill them all.
Yeah.
The goblins have somehow evaded the castle's defensive charms.
Alright.
Steer them this way. We shall make quick work of them.
They got this.
Oh, there's a lot of them down here.
Time to move. We're in the thick of it now.
We'll show these beasts who's in charge. Your timing couldn't be better, Professor Heckett.
Thank you, Professor.
And here comes the cavalry.
The grand moment when everyone steps up against the baddies.
What less human to
Look out! Another troll! This one's worse than the last two!
Stop him!
How is he worse than the last two?
Now, Professor.
Let's go.
We couldn't be happier to see you, Professor Sharp. Confringo!
another troll. Oh, hello, Professor Sharp.
Reparo.
That's our way forward.
There's a lot more goblins. We need to protect Weasley.
Well, they don't do a lot of damage to me.
No. Oh, cool. I can't move. Why are we hobbling forward with our little old creaky legs?
I haven't gotten to that part yet.
The wand! Quickly!
Oh, thank you, Professor Weasley. And 2 knights.
Doing what they should be doing, which is protecting rather than attacking.
Mm-hmm.
We made it.
I'm relieved we got here before Ranrock.
I can't believe this is it. The repository has been under the castle for hundreds of years.
Think of all the pain that created it. Miriam believed this forgotten magic could be used for such good. She did not see what the Keepers have shown you. What is a door? You are now the Keeper of what? What do you intend to do with it?
Oh. They're not going to attack me. Yay.
Ah. Again, there's not enough relevant information. If I intend to open it, I might as well open a Pandora's box, but... So again, here, I'm gonna knock it on clarity because if you've ever watched Code Geass, when the point where Lelouch gains the power to control other people,
Mm-hmm.
what he does with the power is first he tests it. Same thing in Death Note, that he tests the power and see what's the constraints of the power, what's the ability of the power, how does the power work. Again, clarity, what does it do? This game does a lot of talking and not enough clarity. There's no information given on what the power that Isadora used to hold and what it does and what it doesn't do and how it functions. There's no information given. So if you intend to open it, you intend to go into it blindly like Sebastian, where it's just like you're just going to go into it head first, head on. And it's just kind of like, okay, well, you don't know what you're opening. You don't know what the power actually does. You have no observation. You don't even get to test it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the number one thing is being able to test something. When you're pulling something apart and when you're pulling it open, you need to be able to test it and make sure that it runs and functions and it does what you need it to do. Again, with this game, there's just not a lot of clarity. They do talk a lot, but there's just not a lot of clarity in what something is and what it actually does, especially even with the relic with Sebastian. I didn't even know what that relic does. There's just no clarity.
Yeah.
And then the same thing too with the rest of the game. Throughout the entirety of the game, you're seeing bugs, you're seeing this, you're seeing that, and it's just to the point, did they even test the game to make sure that the game actually functions the way that it's intended? And maybe it is, and maybe it's intended to be functioned as a broken game. That it could be. And I've seen a lot of games where it's just been like that, where throughout they just don't develop or take any time to develop the story and be able to go in and actually test and actually give enough information on the story and to the player, and basically clarity again, make sure that you know what's going on through the story and just kind of give you the information. Here in Hogwarts, it's just throughout the entire game, they do a lot of talking, not enough clarity. Same thing throughout, like if you're looking at all the small parts throughout Hogwarts, just the game should function. And there's a lot of parts where you can nitpick it and you can definitely go, oh, there are some things that are definitely, there's a problem. But again,
Yeah.
I'm just I'm going to keep it contained here because again, the way that the mentality is working here is either you run in blind and you just smack your head up against a wall, which kind of Sebastian does as well, or you just keep it contained and you keep it a blind eye to whatever is going to happen, which is just a terrible perspective. There should be a middle option, which is I choose to discover the power or basically gain a knowledge of the power, of what the power actually does, and maybe even a way to, control it later, or maybe just to have the knowledge of what the power does. I would just say having the knowledge.
Yeah.
But you don't get that option. You either keep it contained and keep a blind eye to what's actually happening, or you just open it and you just kind of run into a wall like Sebastian. So I'm just going to keep it contained because there, again, aren't enough conditionals in this game.
Yep.
I plan to leave the repository as it is.
I'm pleased to hear that. I've been...
What is it, Professor?
I spent all year trying to keep our journey a secret from everyone. But now I wonder if I should have shared it with her. The Keepers wanted this secret to be locked away.
I shall keep it a secret for now or forever. I would say for now, because eventually you could grow to understand whatever the heck the power is and whatever, because it is taking a portion of the souls of people. That definitely is understood. There's no
Yeah.
question about that. But at the same time, to kind of delve in deeper and actually understand what it actually does and its function. So I wouldn't say keep it a secret forever unless, well, even something like Avada Kedavra, even something like the curses, it's known what they do, and it's known that, hey, if you do perform those curses, you will go to Azkaban for it. So
Yeah.
even then, it's like you have full understanding, you have full knowledge of what something is, and you understand the consequences for using it, and you understand the function of that spell. So again, I'm just going to keep it a secret for now, but again, it should just be to the point of clarity where it's like, hey, we need to understand this further down the road, and being able to just kind of understand what's actually going on and happening.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep it secret
I
for now.
plan to keep it secret for now.
I believe that is what Miriam would have wanted. We should.
Let me guess, Ranrock's going to come around the corner. Hello.
I haven't doubted.
Arrogance of wizard kind. Goblins built this repository. It belongs to us.
Enough, Ranrock. It was never yours.
And Ranrock.
I've been wanting to play with this.
Miriam's wand.
If she'd simply handed over the container, all of this could have been avoided. Foolish, self-important witch. Seems you were two of a kind. She didn't know when to give up either.
Oh boy.
Goblin kind shall answer to no one.
That's pretty cool.
And he turned into a dragon.
Revelio. It's feeding off the power from the repository.
Your beautiful magic is no match for mine, child!
My spells are having no effect on the dragon. Accio.
Uh-huh.
That did the trick. I have you now, Ragnarok.
I mean to do that.
There seems to be some fighting you after all. No matter. I shall rid you of it. Come,
You can't stop me.
That's an unblockable one.
Accio. Two sources of power. Levioso. Confringo.
Again, I can't tell what color that is.
Oh.
For those orbs, if it's red or yellow, I cannot tell the difference because the red is almost orangey in that color.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't tell. What? The yellow is green.
Wait, what?
The yellow to me looks green.
Green.
Yes. I don't know what's going on there, if it's just the screen or it's just my eyes, but it's like, that is obviously green, that is not yellow.
Hmm.
Confringo. Levioso.
Then that one looked more yellow to me.
Oh, no. Why am I lagging? Okay, now I'm
How long are you going to keep up this charade?
Jump.
You can't run forever, Ranrock.
give up now.
There's nowhere to hide now, Ranrock. Levioso.
Uh-huh.
Not so powerful now, are you, Ranrock?
This cannot be happening. You will die.
I know you're feeling it now, Ranrock. This ends here, Ranrock.
You think you can stop me?
Confringo. Levioso. Accio. I will defeat you. In Lodrock's memory.
They'll never write this power from me. Never.
Confringo.
Ew.
There's a cute little dragon.
Confringo. This is for Professor Fig. Professor.
Yes, it can happen because I'm about to kill you. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Oh, I think I will rip the power from you. Oh, I could throw those back at him. Okay, I know I could do it.
Professor!
You need to contain it.
What are we containing?
Hmm?
You are stronger than you know.
I will throw that right back at you. Wrong button.
Professor!
Miriam. Miriam
Gotcha.
would have loved you, my young friend. The wizarding world could not be in more capable hands.
Professor Eleazar Fig. I dare say he was a beloved professor to many of you, certainly a long-standing colleague to his peers. A famed adventurer and seeker of knowledge, he built a reputation charging into the unknown, brazenly disregarding both discretion and safety, providing perhaps a rather unfortunate lesson for us all. His devotion to adventure was rivaled only by his dedication to Hogwarts. And of course, to his wife,
Hey, Professor Fig.
whom we lost much too soon as well. Yeah.
Professor Fig represented the best of all of us. He could be deviously clever, possessed a brilliantly inquisitive mind, and was the most loyal of friends. But perhaps it was his remarkable courage, for which we will all be forever indebted to him. If not for Professor Fig, well, I can say with confidence that if not for him, many of us, let alone Hogwarts, would not be here today. Those that knew him best will agree that we must now honor him as only Hogwarts can, by wisely, resourcefully, justly, and bravely facing all that lies ahead.
To Professor Fig!
No, Professor Fig.
Never imagined we'd attend a funeral for one of our professors. Glad Weasley spoke for Fig. She honored him. He'll be well remembered. I only wish we could have done the same for Solomon Sallow. I need to go and see Anne soon.
Ominous. There's something I need to tell you. It's to do with Victor Rookwood.
I heard a rumor that he confronted you outside of Ollivander's. Sounds as if you faced quite a fight.
The rumor's true, and I did. But it's not that. Just before Rookwood attacked, he uttered something familiar. The same words Anne heard before she was cursed. Children should be seen and not heard.
Wait, what are you saying?
It wasn't one of Ranrock's loyalists who cursed Anne. It was Victor Rookwood. It was Rookwood all along.
This can't be. The night Anne was cursed, all she saw were goblins.
You see, since Feldcroft was of interest to Ranrock, it became of interest to Rookwood as well. That's why Rookwood was there the night Anne was cursed. He was working with Ranrock. When he saw Anne, well, he didn't want anyone to know.
So he cursed her. Oh, so cruel. Rookwood got what he deserved. Thank you for telling me. Anne and Sebastian deserve to know, and it should come from me. As we discussed, I spoke with Black. Sebastian's with the headmaster now, but perhaps there's a way to get word to him. When I find out, I'll send an owl. I have news about Sebastian. Meet me in the Undercroft as soon as you can.
Alrighty.
Alright.
I don't know how much we actually have left, so I think I'm just gonna kind of go through the game as is for now, and then we'll just see kind of how it goes. But, yeah, so all we have left now is supposedly the owls and also the finalization of Sebastian's quest line. We've gotten down the quest complete for Natty, and we have also done Poppy's full entire quest line.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and finish this out. If that's all that is for Ranrock, and that's all that is for the main story and the main quest, I am kind of like, because it's not really that great of a story to even begin with. There's so many more elements that it could have been introduced way earlier in the game, and especially with the loading scenarios, having to load in every single scene and being jumped around from location to location to location, it really breaks the immersion within the whole questline, and especially because you have three main partial separate side slash main characters. I'm going to say they're kind of sides, kind of main characters. It really pulls the whole story apart in three different directions. If however, those three stories were combined and they were put together in a very well and unique way. You could say that, hey, all those three characters, they kind of hop off of each other and they make a really good story. However, none of them really gave anything that was unique or something that was really interesting even in the slightest part, except for, I'd have to say, Poppy's quest line. Sebastian just kept on making a whole bunch of bad decisions, and you just were hooked along for the ride, so there's not a whole lot you could do there. But for
Yeah.
Poppy's, I did kind of enjoy it because it just felt like it was a little bit more well done, a little bit more kind of more immersed, especially with the whole beasts and everything like that. I really did enjoy hippogriffs and some of those other animals as well. But again, like, again, just same thing in Warframe that I've said earlier about the skeleton horses as well. It's just, okay, we have animals, but they really don't have good utility. You need to make it so that the animals actually have really good utility, they have really good usage, and not just to kind of go, okay, well, here's animals, and that's kind of it. It has been done like twice or three times so far, if not more, where it's just kind of like, okay, well, I would have to say the same thing with N64 snowboarding, or even Tony Hawk Pro Skater, or even Warframe's hoverboard, as well as Treasure Planet. Any which way that you looked at any which one of those things, it's really, really good to have something that's kind of fun and kind of enjoyable and something that you can actually do. Especially within Warframe, having the hoverboards, which they're really, really good. They're really, really well. Well, I wouldn't say they're like awesomely good, but like they're not as good as like Tony Hawk Pro Skater or something like that. But they have their usage in they're just so fun to use. They're just really, really enjoyable to use, whether you're on a skateboard or if you're on a snowboard or if you're doing water racing or anything else like that. It's just really, really fun. Same thing with Mario Kart 64. However, in this, it's like, okay, well, we've got animals and we can fly around with them, but they're not used.
Yeah.
Which I just kind of go, hey, you know what? You could add in more utility with the horses, or the bats, or whatever animal you want to say it is, but just to make it so that, hey, it's super OP. You can go super fast. The horse is enjoyable. Same thing in Warframe though. Even with interacting with animals, it gets really clunky. It really does. I don't know if there's any way around that. Potentially could be, could not be. I just haven't seen a good game that has gone around it, other than something like Slime Rancher, which they do a pretty good job with, interactions and everything else like that. But yeah, there's a lot that could have been done better. There's a lot that could have been done. Uh, yeah, just you could have done more. You could have done more. I'm just gonna leave it at that, because there's always more you can do. There's always more that you could have done, and it just wasn't done. And that's just that is what it is. But yeah, we'll go ahead and finish up the rest in another episode. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is that all the time we have for this episode?
Unfortunately, yes.
And we'll see you guys in the very next video. Bye bye.
Bye bye.